Hi, Skip here again. This time we're talking about lists. We're starting out with the prospect list. It is so important. There's old manual ways where you carry a book around and you have all the stuff you fill out in there. That's even more efficient when you can do it all digitally online. You got that little piece of real estate, they call it a phone. And that little place, it's amazing what you can accomplish on a phone. And a lot of the systems are very compatible with mobile devices now. And very easy to keep track of people and whatnot. Have your entire customer database and whatnot on your phone. Um, that said, lists are obviously very important. One of the critical things you can do is capture everybody that comes in and takes advantage of your site. And it doesn't matter. I mean, they may be just curious, they may be really interested. In most cases, it's going to take multiple images, multiple exposures before they come to the point of understanding what it is you're offering and really take action to find out more about it or sign up or whatever they're doing. Um, you have to have a list and then you maintain contact with that list. The beauty of an autoresponder, and there's several of them. One of the best, of course, is Aweber. That's what I use mostly. But there's Aweber, MailChimp, GetResponse. There's several that are considered kind of the top ones of the industry. And you can start out with, depending on how many people you have in the system, like MailChimp, I think, is up to 2,000 for free. They all have a free program. They all have a free startup program or something. So anyway, they're available and they're critical. You don't do online marketing without an autoresponder. You just don't. That's a really critical element. That's where you build your all the prospects, all the people that take that initial interest, and then you build into that the messages. And it takes a little bit of time to do this, but once you learn how to do it, it's really pretty simple. And so it does the follow up for you 24/7. So once people sign up for something, they leave their email, in exchange for some information, whatever it is, they give their email, and then the response back to that, they're getting something. Training, a special report, something of value in exchange for the email. That's done through, and we'll talk more about this later, but that's done through the capture page. So there's this place where there's an exchange. They get something of value. They appreciate that. They get to know a little bit more about you, who you are as a brand. You're trusted. You're loyal. You have good information for people and whatnot. That's all part of building the brand. Well, that building the brand and having the list, all that goes hand in hand. They're necessary elements. Anybody online that's building a business of any kind is going to have a list. You got to have it. It's not a choice. You've got to do it if you're really going to build anything. And it's amazing how quickly you can build a list. Now, the list by itself doesn't do everything, but you work off that list. One of the most effective ways to market is through email. That's just a reality. So there's a lot you can do with that. You can educate, you can train and inform, and you can monetize that as a part, so that particularly when you get into generating multiple streams of income, that list will become one of the most valuable things you can possibly have. So my recommendation there is to set up the your autoresponder. By the way, I have some links to that. Aweber is the one that I use the most. There are some others, and I can give you some options as to where you can go with it. Um, but they're user friendly. They're not difficult to use. It's critical if you're going to build an online business. One of the things you have to have is a list, and that prospect list, and that's different. I'm going to do another little video clip on customer lists and the importance of that. They're very similar, but they're really kind of different in character in terms of how you use them and how you build them over time. So you want to make sure you have a list. On that list, there's two things that really you need. You need to have their website, that necessarily. And it's really nice if you can get somebody's, at least their first name, so that they're comfortable with it and they know that there's a connection there. Either way, but it's nice to get that additional piece of information. What's their first name? And what's the email? Most people are comfortable in providing that. If there's a return or something that they're going to get back for it. So the list is a critical part of the system. And of course, the autoresponder is the mechanism for making that happen. So check out in the resources column if you're more interested in that. If you're interested in that, and there's all kinds of information, just click on it and all the information on that system is available, and you can do with it what you will. But know that it's available. And if you're going to create a system, you got to have an autoresponder. It's just as simple as that. So anyway, I wanted to keep this one under 5 minutes. And so check that out, and I'll see you in the next video, which I think will be on the customer list. Thanks. Bye.